What's going on, guys? Sure, everyone's seen the latest videos and stuff, and it's quite obvious that I'm going through a bit of a rough patch in my life. And I was this close to reverting back to my old ways. Um, I've said some things lately that have really hurt some people, and it's probably warranted, but like, it makes me feel like shit. In the last few years, I've grown quite a bit, but my temper's always been my issue. Um, and it stems from childhood stuff. Like, I had to grow up very young, and when you do that, you try and find like survival tactics to get through those hectic times. And sometimes, even in adulthood now, like, always revert back to anger or being a bit of a gronk. And I really don't want to do that anymore. I'm 34 years old, and I guess it's time to grow up a bit because life's too short. And even though I put it out there that I hate these people, I really don't. Um, Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy, and it costs me. Cost me everything every time, and I got to rebuild and all that. And now this time, I just want to build myself into a better man for myself. Um, I am a good person. Like just today, I spent 15-20 minutes talking to a random 85-year-old man. And when I see random people, I try and help them and all that. And that's the stuff people don't see. I have a lot of hatred towards my family and some friends of mine and some people that are close to me. But at the end of the day, no one really has answers for my stuff. I learned that the hard way. But I still try to become a better person, try and work on my mental health, try and stay fit. Like talking to my psychologist and all that. Like, but when you got things like CP, like it's not an excuse either. Like I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna be like, look, I got all these problems. That's why I am the way I am. But doing research into all this stuff, especially with the brain, it's opened up my eyes a lot. Yeah, I probably wasn't at fault of the things that happened to me, but I'm definitely at fault for the way I react to things. And I think it's this. I don't like letting go because so many people just let go of me and just, threw me away like I was nothing. And I feel like if I do the same, then I'm just the same as them. But letting go sometimes is the best um, option in these kind of things. So for that, I just want to say sorry to everybody that I've ever hurt, deep down from the bottom of my heart. Because at the end of the day, I got mine, bro. I got mine. And it hurt. It hurt. Really fucking hurt. But I got mine now. I got my karma. And that's it. I've said my piece. I could carry on for this for months, but what's the fucking point? All I'm ever gonna do is hurt myself and doing these things and regret doing them later. So, I wish you all the best. to my son Aryan, sorry I couldn't be a good dad. You know, I'm sure your mum had all the right intentions in the world to do what she's done as well. But, you know, I need to take accountability for my own actions. How can I go around preaching all this stuff if I don't even take my own advice? And I give really good advice and I help people heal and all the rest of it, but I think it's time for me to heal properly and start forgiving people instead of lashing out. Like I even had a go at my own father, the other day, and you know, I've really lashed out on some people lately, but it's not their fault of why these things happen. These things just happen, and no one's really to blame. Toxic is toxic, and it takes two people for that, not just one. And yeah, there's been some really nasty things being said, but maybe that's just their way of dealing with things. But even after all that, I can't even pull myself to hate this person. I've got to do all this stuff to try and hate them, and I can't. So I'm sorry that I wasn't the one. I'm sorry that I wasn't good enough to fight for. And I'm sorry that I let you all down. Now I'm gonna try and build something out of all this pain and try and put it into a positive for other people, so no one has to feel this way or learn from my mistakes, you know. I used to be like I got no regrets, but no, I got heaps of regrets, bro. I got heaps. I'm definitely no perfect person, but at least I try. You know, I try to be a better person, and it's a long road. I thought it would just be a quick and easy fix, but it's a very long road changing from a ruthless piece of shit to try and be a better man. And sometimes God will just humble you in more ways than you know. Like, God giveth, God take it away, and if you don't appreciate what you got, someone else will. So I don't think there's ever really a time limit of these things. People move on quicker than others, and that's just the way life is. But I really wish you all the best, and I hope one day all of you, everyone that I've hurt, forgives me for my actions and my ruthless fucking temper. But yeah, this shit's just, it's enough, I guess. And I wrote a song about it, and I think I'm gonna release that song because there's too many, you know, hard men, and hard men are just masks for unhealed little boys. So I got some shit to do. I got some shit to prove to myself now. And I hope you all have a better life without me. Peace.